Self-defense, what is it? In this video, we're going to be explaining the concept of self-defense. Is it wrong to fight back when you're being put in danger or when somebody is coming against you with anything? Well, let's start by looking at the overall universe and the overall laws of the universe. You have laws such as magnetism, you got laws such as gravity, you got laws such as life and death, heat and cold, light and dark. Then you got other laws such as self-defense. You don't think self-defense is a law of nature? Well, let's examine nature really quick. When you look into nature and you look at the various species, the various animals, the plants, the bugs, the people, whatever exists basically, right? Let's examine insects, for instance. If I walk up to a wasp hive or a beehive or a hornet's nest and I start poking it with a stick, those hornets, wasps, or bees, they're all gonna come out and attack me in self-defense. Why? Because they feel like I'm putting their home in danger. Let's examine mammal species such as bears, okay? If I go and I mess with a bear cub, I'll take the bear cub's food, or I start acting hostile towards the bear cub, right? The mama bear, the mama grizzly bear, she gonna come out of them woods and attack me in self-defense of her baby. Now, let's examine plant species. Self-defense, right? Now, many people don't pay attention to plants that much, but if you observe plants closely, if a caterpillar munches on leaves, in which scientists have proven this, you can take the audio of a caterpillar munching on leaves, and the leaves will, in any plant that's nearby, will respond by sending chemicals to their leaves in order to make them stronger. In self-defense. Self-defense of what? Basically a perceived threat that's coming towards it. Now let's advance past the animal and plant kingdom and let's go to mankind really quick. When you examine mankind, whenever in all nationalities, all tribes of people, all languages, all customs, all cultures, all around this planet, no matter what their religious beliefs, if you look at people objectively, if anybody is faced with some type of conflict coming towards them, they prepare themselves in self-defense. That's why you got self-defense classes out there. You got wars that happen. If America were to send a ballistic missile over to Russia or somewhere else, Russia would retaliate in self-defense by sending a ballistic missile over here to America. I mean, that's just a law of nature. That's what self-defense is. I mean, even on a intergalactic solar system level scale, I mean, you look at planet Earth and you look at the sun, right? The sun sends ionizing radiation towards planet Earth every single day, and the Earth, in self-defense of those harmful magnetic ionizing radiation rays from the sun, has a magnetic field to repel all of the magnetic radiation from the sun. In self-defense of the planet. So don't ever let nobody tell you that self-defense or defending yourself, whether it be in the physical or whether it's defending your viewpoint on something, is something that's wrong to do. You see it all the time in society where people who have a biased mindset, a biased way of judging a situation, they will basically side with the person who's doing the bullying, and then when the person who has people coming against them responds, whether it be with truth or whether it be in just self-defense of like, you know, I'm sick of you doing this, man. I'm about to retaliate now. Then now all of a sudden everybody with the biased mindset want to look at him and say, you're wrong for doing that. I mean, let's look at society in general. I mean, let's look at white people versus black people, right? White people go and do all this stuff throughout history to black folks, and then black people get sick of it and they say, you know what, I'm tired of y'all doing this stuff. I'm sick of y'all shooting and killing our kids in the streets. I'm sick of the fact that y'all are taking money out of our communities and doing all this horrible stuff to us as a people. And then society gets mad at black people for being annoyed with white people doing the things that they do to them. Let's even look at the black community. I see it all the time where you can have niggas starting all kinds of bull crap, right? But then when somebody gets sick of the nigga bull crap and they say, you know what, enough is enough, then people want to come against that person as if they're the one that's in the wrong. You can be simply responding to someone who is putting a rumor or a lie out there about you, and because you're responding to the lie or the false rumor, false information that's being spread about you, you're the bad guy, you're the wicked person, and you're the bully who's you're bullying the person that's putting false information out there about you. When it's like, no, you're setting the record straight. You said that I freaking ran over like 12 people with a freaking pickup truck, and that's a lie. So me getting on video and explaining my side of the story and then pointing out your lies and then pointing you out as a liar is not me bullying you. It's called setting the record straight in self-defense. It's something that many people with common sense understand, but those who have a biased way of judging a situation, if they don't like you, or they don't agree with your people, or a number of different things like that, you know, if they have a biased mindset and whatnot, they're going to look at you and they're not going to want to, even if you're right, they're going to look at you as if you're the bad guy simply because they're biased in their judgment. My thing is, as much as I hate certain people like George Zimmerman or the white police officers that go around killing our people all in the name of secret racism and hatred that they don't want to blatantly put out there, I feel like if George Zimmerman had an accusation put on him, in which the accusation was that he took a grenade, tried to blow up a black church, and that accusation is false, and it can be proven because of the fact that at the time of the bombing, George Zimmerman was taking a freaking vacation in China somewhere, I feel like when those accusations come out against George Zimmerman, that he has the God-given right to stand up and protest those accusations coming against him. Why? Because he was not there at the time of the bombing. He has a right to protest those accusations because those accusations aren't the truth. Doesn't matter how much I hate him. Doesn't matter if I feel a sense of biasness in believing that George Zimmerman could have possibly been the one that bombed that church. If evidence is showing that he didn't bomb the church, then I feel like he has a right to defend his name from those accusations. Bottom line. But what's funny is there are people out there who, just because they have an ought against you, they don't like you because maybe you disagree on certain topics or certain viewpoints or certain ideologies and philosophies or even religious beliefs, right? And that they disagree with you on certain things, or maybe y'all may have had a falling out in the past, that they're willing to believe any bad thing about you that comes to the surface. And if you as much as stand up and protest this thing that's coming out against you, that you're the bad guy, that you shouldn't be defending yourself, you should just own up to whatever you're being accused of, simply because they don't like you already. But no, like I said, self-defense is a law of nature. The plants do it, the insects do it, the animals and mammals and birds, and the bacteria does it. I mean, if you go down to a microscopic level, I mean, even your freaking internal organs and your internal cells. I mean, when you get sick and a foreign invader, a virus or some foreign bacteria comes into your body sends white blood cells to attack the intruder in self-defense of your health. I mean, self-defense is just a law of nature. I mean, you see it all throughout the universe. And so, whether it's physical self-defense or whether it's verbal self-defense of your viewpoint or somebody who's coming against you with some false accusation, self-defense is a law of nature. And don't let nobody tell you otherwise. It's funny to me that you got people out there who feel like they should be able to put all kinds of false venom and all these horrendous rumors out there about you, and then when you simply respond to it that you're the bad guy and that you're supposed to be above it, or you're supposed to just act like you're not supposed to say anything. You're supposed to just let them put this stuff out there, and then if you respond, you clear the slate and you expose them as a liar, then all of a sudden they're like,
how could you?
Anyway, I want to put my thoughts out there on this topic. Like I said, it's a lot of hypocritical people out there who feel like you should not be allowed to defend yourself, whether it be physically or verbally, and that's just foolishness. But anyway, subscribe to my channel. I got many videos that I plan to do in the future. I have a lot of people who request certain things that I could cover in future videos and whatnot, and so I intend to do that, get to some of those topics that many people have asked about before.